Hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Husted, and today we're going to talk about new shoes of awareness. And that's the title of this channeled message from Sophia, who's known as the feminine essence of the Holy Spirit, the wisdom of ages. And this wisdom is the Holy Spirit, basically, and is here to connect heaven and earth together. So it's our voice, it's our direct access to our divine source, God creator. And we all have this beautiful wisdom within us, and it is here to teach us. And so this new shoes of awareness is a beautiful message, and it really is something that I have experienced in my own life many, many times. And they said in this message, your soul will encounter many mystical, magical experiences in 2026 and beyond that will give you an opportunity to step out of the constructs of your beliefs and of your mind. And they said many will look at these mystical experiences and they will want to just rationalize them and say, no, that didn't happen. That was just the wind speaking. That was just the wind blowing through the trees, or no, that butterfly really was just a butterfly flying by. It wasn't a message for me, or whatever the experience is that you are going to be given. Your first attempt is to want to rationalize it and say, no, that is not logical. But what Sophia and the archangels are here to tell us is that we are multidimensional beings and that we are in a mysterious, wonderful, magical time in life. And life is supposed to be like a fairy tale, supposed to be exciting and new, and this logic of concrete beliefs is starting to crack open as we accept that life isn't so concrete as we have been told. And so as we walk out of our limited beliefs and be open to the wonder mystery of life, these messages will start to come to us more and more. And as you just say, hey, maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what that bird meant, or maybe that's what that cloud sign meant in my life. And as you start to open up to the wonder and mystery of life, or maybe you see a glimpse of a future event, or maybe you see or have a knowing about something, these things are going to be coming to individuals more and more. And so if you can just step into the wonder and mystery of life, your consciousness is going to expand because you are only going to believe what you allow yourself to believe. And so if you just say, maybe, then you'll start to open up to a lot of great things. They say that, you will start to see life in a multidimensional way. And I'll give you some different concrete examples of my own life and experiences. Well, it was in my book, this one, which was so beautiful, but I had a young man in my office who was about 14 years old and he was suicidal and there was no one that could help him. And so they brought him to me and we did my integrative holistic therapy on him. And at the end, when I was doing Reiki, I felt the wind moving around and around my office. Now, if I wasn't so attuned to energy and attuned to the beauty of the spiritual world, I would have just thought, oh, that's the wind. But I knew it was a divine message for him. And it blew around my office. And then the next wind came and it blew so fierce that it knocked the little sign on my door. It was like clanging on my door. And I just felt this intense energy come in the room. And then the third time, the wind blew so hard that it's hard to explain, but I was standing by a window and the wind blew through the window. The window wasn't open, blew through me and into my client. And I knew I got a message from the divine that my client just had a miraculous event happen in his little Reiki session. So after the session, he gets up and he said, my dad came to visit me. His dad had passed away. That is why he didn't want to live. And he said, my dad told me that it's not my time to go to heaven right now, and that I must be brave and stay upon this earth and help my mom out. And so it was a beautiful, beautiful transition from someone who was so defeated and wanted to die to all of a sudden having this aha moment, this miraculous change. So I get his shoes on and I say, that's so wonderful. I said, let's go talk to your mom. We walked across my yard into our waiting room and I opened up the door and the mom looked like she'd seen a ghost. And I said, what's up? And she said, did you feel the wind? And I said, tell me about it. And so she went to go describe these three bursts of wind and how the first one came. And she actually laughed. She goes, and there was the squirrel coming down the tree and it looked straight into my eyes. And I swear it was telling me something. And she goes, you're going to think I'm crazy. I go, no, keep going. She goes, then the second wind came so much that it blew into the waiting room. And she goes, I felt like someone was pressing their hands and on my shoulders. I felt like I could feel something. I said, yeah. She goes, the third wind blew so great that it blew the door open to the waiting room. And this message came over me. And she goes, I got the message that my ex-husband said, we're going to be okay. And that my son is going to be okay. And she goes, am I crazy? I said, no. Now I want you to hear what, and I called him Jared in my book just to preserve his identity. I said, well, Jared has something to tell you. So he goes, Mom. And he relayed his message of the wind and the message from his father. And this was a beautiful story of stepping out of the wonder and mystery life and allowing for this divine intervention to happen, this beautiful healing and restoration to happen in a way that we wouldn't think is possible, right? What's the wind? What? A squirrel's talking to you? What? The wind opened up the door. Our logical mind would want to say, no, that was just a windy day. No, that squirrel was just coming down the tree and it was just looking at you. No, you probably just felt something on your shoulders because you were feeling tense. Okay, so that's what they're saying in this message. We'll want to take beautiful gifts that the universe that God is giving us to say, hey, look at life from a different perspective because I have so much more to offer you guys. I have so much more healing to offer. There's so much more elements in the air, wind, water to help in restoration. There's so much angelic help. There's help from past loved ones. Like I feel like we're at a place where the psychic, the person who sees beyond this world isn't so crazy anymore, right? It's more like we're awakening. We're awakening to the true essence of who we are, and we are multidimensional beings. And that's what this message is about. And it's about walking into the wonder mystery life and allowing for your life to transform. And for me personally, it has been the most exciting thing. Yeah, it's been hard to break away. I don't even like to use the word hard, but it's been a challenge to break away from the group think and be that individual who is stepping out and doing things in a different way, and people worried about what is Kristen doing, and but all I have seen is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful restoration and healing stories for 9 years. And it goes on in my practice, and I'm sure in many, 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 many millions of other people who are um, stepping out now into the wonder mystery life are seeing these miraculous events happen. And this is what this message is about. So I'm going to go ahead and start it and read it like I always do. Okay. So again, this is called New Shoes of Awareness. So just be open to new ways to look at life. There is new energy upon the land that is waking up the collective. We have been working through the energy of love to teach and guide each soul into their true capabilities. Many are resisting it because they have been so programmed to think small about their own abilities. Their personality has taken over the spirit, and their soul is being confined to their beliefs of lack of or not enough. We are saying, as of the year of 2026 and beyond, the time is now. Each soul will encounter many mystical opportunities to step out of the box. They will be given glimpses into the future. They will see life from a multidimensional aspect and will want to ignore it. They will want to rationalize these experiences away as just a figment of their imagination. And yet we are saying that there will come to be more and more of these mystical experiences, and people will slowly start to open up to the idea that there's more to life than this 3D earthly reality. You are all multidimensional beings capable of creating anything you desire, for that is who you are. There is no limitation in who you are, and your beliefs, society's beliefs, have kept you so small and in confinement. We are here to say that you will start to experience new awareness, new ways of looking at life that will seem strange at first. But as you allow your consciousness to expand and allow life to surprise you, you will begin to crack open the very fabric of your personal reality. And life will open up to many more new experiences. It is through walking away from fear or should we say walking right into fear in order to see what is on the other side, that you will find the illusion of it. You will see clearly that there is nothing to fear, for fear is the illusion of life. You are all made of pure, unconditional love. And through the power of who you are, you will step into this new awareness. As each of you faces your biggest fears, you will begin to crack the very fabric of reality. And as you do, life will begin to explode. We cannot tell you enough about this. Life will explode as you test the waters of these new shoes of awareness. As you entertain the possibilities that there is more to you, and we say so much more, you will arise within you your confidence of your true I am nature. We love you so much and want to join with you in this beautiful dance called life. We want to walk hand in hand with you and experience the gift of being human, while also we want to walk hand in hand with you as you experience the gift of being human while also dancing in the heavenly realms. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, we say it is here. It is here, it is here, it is here. And it will be up to each individual to arise within themselves the truth of who they truly are. So just for today, say yes to your true nature of love. Say yes to being open to the wonder and mystery of life and walk through the fear that you have created into those new shoes of awakening. Love, Sophia. And again, before I close this, I saw something that really okay, so again, they're talking about that we are multidimensional beings capable of creating anything you desire, for that is who you are. And again, they've talked to us so much about what it means to be multidimensional in other channeled messages. So we have been programmed to think small, and our personality has taken over the spirit. So I'm going to close this. So our personality is not who we are. It is our experience here on earth. It's here to grow our soul. Our spirit, our true, what they keep saying is our I am nature is who we are. And so once you can reverse that and you can say, I am not my personality. I am not that that worker, that mother, that father, that divorced person, that lonely person, that depressed person, that person that this happened to or this happened. Those are experiential experiences that have created a personality upon this earth. You truly are, is what they're saying, a spark of the one true source, God creator. So you are a spark of the divine. And as you are this beautiful light spiritual being, you are multidimensional. How can you shove an eternal being into one little body on earth and say that is who you are? It is part of your experience and growth. So keep that in mind as you go through life. Like reverse it. You are not the car you drive. You are the person getting in the car to drive, right? You are not the personality upon your earth. You are the spirit using your body to get around on earth. You are a spirit of eternal love having an experience. And so everything in this life is as a growth opportunity. And that's what you'll hear through these messages over and over again. And so what I love about these messages is that they're slowly breaking our fabric of reality. And they're saying, hey, you guys, it's okay. It's okay. Think a little bit bigger. Think a little deeper. It's okay. Don't be so scared because it's created our reality, right? They keep saying our thoughts, words, deeds, and actions aligned with our heart are creating our reality. Our perception is creating our reality. And so through love and non-judgment and forgiveness and acceptance, you're going to start to open up your reality and you're going to start to see different aspects to who you truly are, what life really is about. And as you walk away from fear, you're going to see it was an illusion. It never really was there. And I've seen that in my own life. I've had to walk through a lot of what I would call fear for me. And trust the inner knowing in my heart that something bigger is guiding me. And every time I do, I walk away from the fear of being that person who is on YouTube giving messages and trusting this guidance that's coming in and being brave enough to pierce through the veil. I come to this new power within me. And every time I come to that new power, I shed one more layer of disbelief. And as you do that and you walk away from fear and into forgiveness of yourself and others, your life is going to explode, is what they're saying. So I want to tell you one more amazing story is I had a client a few years ago, and she walked in and she was semi-paralyzed. She had just come out of the Mayo Clinic for about a month and a half. She was in the Mayo Clinic for 2 weeks, excuse me, and then she was in rehab for a month. So for a month and a half, she was in medical treatment, and no one could find out what was going on. She came into my office. I told her about the treatment. I did my fascial stretch on her. I did my Reiki. I did my intuitive readings, and we worked through the body. And then I asked, obviously, for divine intervention. And her body started to shake and tremble. And as she was asleep, basically towards the end, just excuse me, so relaxed. And I just saw her body reconfiguring and coming back together. And so when I was done, I knew something miraculous had happened. I was willing to say, hey, thank you for this miracle. And as I went to wake her up, she got up and she was in a hurry because I told her she had slept and I had another client come. She gets up off the table and she runs into the bathroom. Now, this is a woman who walked in with a cane after a month and a half in rehab at the Mayo Clinic. Walked in the bathroom, came back, and she was just so embarrassed that she had overslept and she had taken some of my time. I had to point out to her, I said, hey, look, you're walking. And then as soon as she looked down, she grabbed her legs and she went to go reach for her cane. And I felt very dramatic at the time, but her cane was right by my foot and I just shoved it. I shoved it across the room and I said, no, 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 you have been given a gift. You have been given a miracle. Let's accept this miracle. And so she was shaking. I was shaking. It was just, it was a twist in our psyche, both of ours. We had to like sit there and recalibrate for a while. But after that appointment, every time she'd come, I just would teach her and remind her who she is. And she would walk in these new shoes of awareness. And she started to learn to trust her walking ability and not try to put herself back into that damaged body that couldn't walk, that was becoming paralyzed up to about her neck. So these are the stories that I've been so thankful and privileged to witness over and over again, that I see that walking into the new shoes of awareness is exciting. It's exciting. And it's like, what more can life offer us? And maybe you're not going to see miraculous healings in your life. Maybe that's not your calling. But even my own children, they love this aspect of looking at life with the wonder and mystery. They feel like life is so much more exciting. It's not so confined to the old beliefs that you have to have a 9 to 5 job and you have to do this and that to make it ends meet, and you need to be this or that, and that society says. And as my kids have walked into this wonder and mystery in their own lives, they feel so excited for life, and they are creating new ways and new shoes of awareness for their own lives. And it's so fun to see because it brings this sense of aha and mystery and excitement. And what can this life offer me if I step through one more veil of forgetfulness and one more wall of fear? And every time we do that, we come into another aspect of ourselves. And this is what life is about. It's about growth. It's about learning. And will we go backwards? Yes, because that's part of life, right? And then we'll go forward. Yes. And then we'll kind of go backwards. And as we test these new shoes of awareness, we become stronger and stronger. And I know in my own life, I'll go through dark times. And then I'll rise up again and say, that wasn't so bad. Or what did I have to learn there? Or what was God, source creator, trying to teach me in that? And every time I pierce through something, I feel stronger. And it's just an exciting way to live. So I hope you test out your new shoes of awareness. And the next time something mystical happens, next time you see a flash of light or a butterfly flies by you and you feel it was your mom, your past loved one telling you something, trust it, believe it. And that those are messages. That's the way that the universe is interacting with us. And remember, there are no coincidences in life. Everything is a synchronicity. Everything, whether you deem it good or bad, is a learning opportunity. So don't always be so scared of the difficult stuff, because that's the stuff that when we walk through, we pierce one more veil. But when you can walk in the wonder mystery life, and you can walk in that everything is working for you, not against you, you'll find that you're on this roll. And when you have gratitude and love, you don't necessarily need to go to the darkness. because you are aware that life is working for you. And when you start to forget or when you start to doubt, then maybe something will come along your way to remind you, right? We're going to have contrast press up against us. And like, oh yeah, that contrast. Thank you so much. That difficult situation. You're reminding me one more time to remember who I am. And that is life. It's a dance between darkness and light, but they're both here to guide us. And this is what you're going to experience in life until we get to the eternal heavenly realm, right? They say even in this new evolution that we are in, where we are going to become like angels walking upon the earth, they still say we're going to have contrast because that is the earthly experience. So you might as well go with the flow of life and allow life to transform you and walk away from the fear and walk into faith and see how your life progresses. Thank you and have a great day.